Hi. I so hope y'all didn't see that first part. But happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Sharonda, your girl here. Coming on here live just to say welcome to February. Welcome to the month of love and of Black history. I want to celebrate it all with you. So, with that being said, I'm Sharonda. I'm a dream coach and a dating specialist. And what that means is that I help women to fulfill their dreams in life and love. And so, if you're looking to publish a book, if you want to start a business, if you want to find your bae, I'm your girl, I'm your cousin, I'm your sis. I'm the one that can come and help you with that. And why am I qualified? I'm qualified because I've taken all of my experience in my life from being an educator to being in specific dating relationships, even to a failed marriage that I learned so many things from that I want to be able to share my knowledge with you so that you don't have to make the same mistakes I made, but that you can get the wins on a greater scale that I've gotten. So I take that and I put it all together. The faith that love will always exist and be around. There has been nothing that has discouraged me from believing that marriage and love is intended for everyone who has it in their heart. And you would be very, very, very big to be able to convince me you do not desire love, especially if you're not experiencing it. Everybody may not experience or even desire marriage, but everyone wants to be loved because our creator is love. So like I said, that would be a really, really good discussion to have if you was to say differently. So with that being said, this month I am going to highlight a few amazing couples that you all have nominated. And so thank you, first of all, for all the ones who nominated someone. The fact that you have been inspired and was willing to share that still shares a lot about your characteristics, that you're looking for the positivity, that you see the things that are great, and you're willing to share that so that the others in the world can benefit. Now, for those of you who are the couples who have been nominated, keep rocking, keep being your best selves because we know that marriage is not easy. And if we happen to be one that's still a little naive, that marriage is just all a bed of roses all the time, Valentine's Day 365, well, I hope that that's going to be dispelled so that we'll know that overcoming it all, actually, that's one of the roses that we need, the overcoming of things. And so I am going to be bringing these beautiful couples to you next Monday through Friday. Okay. Next Monday, starting February 7th through Friday, the 11th. And we know that Valentine's Day weekend actually is also Super Bowl weekend. So, so I wanted to make sure we get that love piece in. Then we'll have a great time at the Super Bowl parties and everything that's going to go on with my single ladies out there. Just made me think of Beyonce real quick. But all my single ladies, I want you to just go ahead and begin to think about what your perfect Valentine's Day would be. And I don't want you to think about that for 2023 or 2025. I want you to think about what your perfect Valentine's Day would be in 2021. And it's February 1st, and you have 2 weeks. And I want you to start thinking about that. Like, I'm like, why, Sharonda? So that I can start feeling bad that I don't have a Valentine? No. I want you to start thinking about it now because what you don't think about, what you don't ask God about, what you don't really release from your heart, you can never truly put in your hands, okay? And some of y'all have already written off Valentine's Day because you don't have anybody. You haven't made any connections and you're not expecting to. What expectation actually moves God, his hands, faith is what pleases God, and that work is what we do to show our faith. So right now, I just want you to think, hey, my perfect Valentine's Day would be I receive a dozen roses at work. Well, if that's your favorite, and that would be a beautiful Valentine's Day to you, once you go ahead and think about who you could bless with those dozen roses before Valentine's Day comes. If you on a Valentine's Day where it's a beautiful candlelit dinner, now listen, don't be doing all this candle life y'all just met. Okay, keep it friendly. We don't want romance too soon, not because romance shouldn't be there, but because we want substance. And if you work with me and any of my dream girls, you know we're all about collecting data first. So let's keep those emotions at bay. But If that would be perfect to you, a candlelight dinner at a fancy restaurant, I need you to start thinking about who you're going to buy a gift card to a restaurant for. What married couple maybe are you going to bless with that thing? Because what you sow, you also reap. All right. So I don't want you to begin to think, well, let's write off Valentine's Day or just call it Galentine's Day. Hang out with your girls if you want to. I don't care. What I'm saying is, if you want what's in your heart, it's time for us to begin to think, expect, and give. And that's going to breed some faith. I didn't come on here to share that, but that might be for somebody. If that's what you go ahead and say, that was for me. Listen, I've done it all of my life, even back in high school when I didn't have anybody and everybody else was like booed up. I really didn't have a boyfriend, I think, until what, my senior year. And but Valentine's Day, I always came with a bunch of cupcakes. Why? Because even if I wasn't receiving something, it was my determination I was going to give. Because at some point, I knew that the tables would turn, those seeds would then flourish in my direction. So, anyway, that's that for you. What else do we have alongside these amazing couples for February? We will have our virtual Dreams Divine Dating Connection. And like I said, if you've been following me, then you have heard about these virtual connections where we get on. We have a wonderful topic we put on the table, and we hear men's perspective, women's perspective. We go in and we get very transparent because you can learn from other people. While you're single and you're asking God for who, what, and when, and where as it relates to your relationship life, don't just stay solo. Without realizing that somebody else has some thoughts that actually might spur you into thinking. If you're like, hey, I like red, but you finally meet somebody that shows you magenta, you might not have heard of magenta, but then you might say, magenta's kind of cool. Never really thought about that. So as long as it's in the word, as long as it's something God's pleased with, just be open to the idea that somebody else really can add to your life. And it doesn't have, once again, it doesn't have to be romantic immediately. It could just be friendly, and that can increase you. And as you increase, so does the earth. And so I am super hype about everything that is going to come. You will be hearing from me, and this is my accountability piece to you all, because dreams literally came from a situation where I wasn't dreaming. I was actually very discouraged in my life. And so I understand that right now you don't want to think about Valentine's Day. You don't want to think about maybe Black history. Maybe you're upset about the politics in the world that's going on right now. And that's just not sitting well with you. But what I want you to do instead is what I had to do. I had to take my focus off of what I didn't like and begin to look on the inside where God dwelled and say, what is going on? What do I need to be producing for you? What is my focus? And the minute that my focus came back is the minute my joy came back, the minute I was able to create, the minute I was able to connect, the minute I was able to be able to meet you right here, right now. So don't take it for granted that these couples are going to give their time during that second week in February, the week before Valentine's Day, to pour into you as a female who seeks love. Now, listen to my gentlemen who will be listening too. We want to hear from you as well. We want you to take in and soak it in as well, because a relationship takes two. I'm speaking to you ladies because I understand from a female's perspective what we desire. You know, I honestly have picked up some of y'all's tips to some of the game from the fellas, because I'm that chick. I'm that homegirl that's been a homegirl for a long time. So y'all done told me some secrets, and I'm telling my homies. So I want y'all to understand that as well. But regardless, the whole point is that God is love. Therefore, he has love for us. And I want you to hear how these couples, have they met, why they're still together, how they weathered storms, what their advice would be to us, you know, as we move forward to find our mates, new mates, a remate, whatever your situation is. Don't take it for granted, because they don't have to do this. They don't have to share with us, but they will. And I'm excited about that. And also, don't take it for granted that there are other people, and this is my favorite saying, especially for my dream girls. There's someone dreaming of you right now. Why would you hide yourself unless God's told you now? don't listen to nothing I'm saying if God told you to hide yourself for a season. But if you know that this is your season to open up and you're just a little afraid, you don't want another heartbreak, so you're going to chill back. You're kind of complacent because it's better to have your heart, at least somewhat secure than to risk another, breakup. Talk to me, listen to us, let us encourage you and build that faith. Share my faith until you have your own, that there is someone dreaming of you and they need to meet you. They need to hear the way you think. They need to see what your heart is about. And that's what our virtual connections are about. We do go deep. We go really, there are adult conversations like, how do you feel about cheating? How do you overcome it? We talk about topics such as, what kind of baggage could you deal with? What are you prepared for? Who are you called to? Who are you not called to? Those type of things, so that we don't run into someone that's great and then we're not prepared because we haven't even thought about it. Okay. So that virtual connect is going to be coming up. Stay connected here to this Dreams Global page. If you're my IG follower, friend, whatever you want to call yourself, stay connected. Okay. Listen, you do not want to miss these opportunities. They're always good. And I'm not saying it because I do them. My dream girls actually run these. I don't even run them all. I facilitate. They come up with the topics, they find the things we need to do, they come up with the games, the whole nine. So I want you to know it is worth your while. And then lastly, we're going to be starting a new coaching session, which means if you are someone that's like, hey, just put me in front of people, I know I can meet somebody great. I know I can present myself well. I've gone through my healing. I've gone through everything I need to. I just need to know what the good men are. The virtual connects are for you. If you're like, even if there was a good man standing in front of me right now, I am not ready. I do not know what I would do. I would not know how to handle it to make it successful. Then I want you to be ready to talk to me so that we can get you prepared so that you don't have, a long line of good men that keep coming in front and leaving simply because you haven't healed yet, because you haven't built your faith yet, because you're not ready yet. Okay. Life is not just about who you're going to marry. When you build yourself up, when you get closer to God, when you allow coaching and mentorship, when you do that, you become a better person. You being a better person makes for a better family, community, world. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't just about, hey, I'm getting married in 2022. I want you to listen. I want to be there too. So remember this day. Go ahead and get my invitation. But that's not what it's all about. It's about becoming a better you. Whatever you learn, you can then teach it. And I just want to be able to facilitate that for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of your hair and just let you know February 7th through February 11th, Black in Love. We're gonna talk about these couples. We're gonna hear their stories. We're going to learn and be inspired and encouraged, educated on the things that it takes to have long lasting relationships, okay? And then we're gonna have that Dreams Divine Dating virtual connection. You need to be there. You can go ahead and begin to message me now if you're interested in either one of these, because I can go ahead and get you information. But no matter what, it'll be forthcoming, and I want you to be a part. Lastly, this month is going to give you the opportunity to join our Dream Girls for coaching, for mentorship, for more encouragement, more married couples that can mentor you, for a whole lot more virtual connecting, just for a whole lot more. Okay. So that's it. I love you so much. Happy February. If you haven't learned a Black History fact today, go ahead and do so. And if you haven't shown love, go ahead and show love. Pick up the phone, FaceTime somebody, send a message, like my little man right here. You want to say hey? Yeah. Okay. Just like my little man right here, who's been holding it down. Say hey. Say. Okay. Well. And he wants juice, so I'm going to share love with him by getting him some juice. Y'all have a great Tuesday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.